Alrighty, and so now what we have just done is we used our launcher, right? And we were aiming at this target here. So the target's origin was basically 0, 0. So if you can imagine that being 0, comma, 0, right? And what we've got is this is the x-axis here. It's the x-axis, and then we've got the y-axis. Basically what we want to do is we want to end up finding the coordinates of all of these points. And so what I did is I went through all of these points and I ended up finding the coordinates of those. And so now basically what we're going to end up doing is we're going to punch this into our spreadsheet, and it's going to automate the process of like calculating the distance geometrically from this point to this point. Now what you could do is you could totally end up getting a ruler, and then you could actually determine that distance as well just from measuring it. However, what the point of this activity is that we're going to determine that geometrically. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this x as well as this y value. We're going to basically put that in here. So this is negative 0.25 and then negative 1. So we're going to put negative 0.25 in the x-axis, negative 1 in the y. And we're basically going to continue this where I'm going to go to 0.2, 1.5, and 0. And then I'm going to go to 3, which is right here, 2, and then 1. We're going to find 4, which is 0.75, and then 0.75. And then we're going to go to 5, 2, negative 1. And then we're going to go to 6, which is negative 0.5 and 2. Then we're going to go 7, 1.75, 2.5. Then we're going to go to 8. Let's see here, 0.25 and 1.25, 9er, 1 and 3, and then 10, we're going to have 1.25 and then 1.5. And so now what you can see is that this is basically automated a lot of this process of calculating all these summary statistics, basically doing the data analysis for us. And so we've got all these distances here, right? And so this is all automatically calculated by using the square root function in Google Sheets. And basically what this is this is actually the distance formula that we were learning about in class just applied for Google Sheets. And so it's going to end up finding the distance from these x and y, this x and y point, to basically the target center, which is at 0, 0. And so what we can end up doing is with this distance, we can end up finding the average distance. Now the average distance, that's going to give us an indication on how accurate our launcher is on average, because it's how far away that is from our target value, right? That's what accuracy is. Now some of the other statistics we can end up finding, just so we were talking about in class, we got the box plot. And so this creates the box plot for us automatically. We can find the minimum, the maximum, what we can later do with that. So we can determine the range of the data. And so that's going to give us some insight into precision as we were talking about. We can also look at the interquartile range as well, which will tell us about some precision. And then we can also look at what we were calculating earlier this week, the standard deviation. And basically what that is telling us is how far off a majority of the data is from our average. And so that also provides some insight into the precision of our launcher as well. Anyways, I hope that this was helpful in giving you all a breakdown for this. I'll catch y'all later.